You've saved the innocent people of Gradius from the vile Bacterians, but now an even deadlier plague has slimed into the neighborhood. It's Zelos, an all-engulfing, planet-eating alien who's hungering to take a bite out of you. Only this time, you don't have to rescue the millions of Gradians alone. You can call on a starfighter friend from the planet Lattice, who'll fight beside you in his Road British space destroyer. You'll both be gunning for max power-ups with ripple lasers, plutonic missiles, and impregnable force fields. But you better be on target, for this isn't your ordinary space scum. And to crush him, you've got to soar through his guts, blast past his death traps, and ultimately blow out his heart. Good luck, Commander. The galaxy's counting on you. In Life Force, from Konami, released in 1988, also known as Salamander in Japan, and Life Force Salamander in other places. What can I tell you? It's very Gradius-like. How about that? Oddly enough, it's considered an unofficial sequel to Gradius, even though the story of the game kind of follows Gradius. But not quite. It's a little weird. This is a port of the arcade game Salamander. The arcade version of Salamander was also called Life Force in the US, but featured a different theme and storyline. Within the NES game, we take control of the pilot of a Vic Viper spaceship. We have to destroy the evil space monster Zelos and destroy his planet. In the arcade version, the story is more organic, and the player's goal is to eliminate a tumor in a gigantic life form's body. You know, kind of like that movie. The something. Anyway, the game consists of 6 levels, which alternate from scrolling horizontally and vertically, kind of like Abadox. Each level has a particular theme, which is reflected by its boss. We have what they call the Golem, a monster shaped like a human brain, except for 2 claw-like arms and a single eyeball. Much of the level has an organic feel to it, such as regenerating tissues. And then we have other such things like Cruiser Tetron, Intruder, Giga, Tutankhamun Attack, yes, and Zelos, finally. It is possible for the player to beat level 6 without killing Zelos. Oddly enough, if this happens, the player is tossed back several levels to try again. I don't know if that's true in the NES port. We have power-ups. We pick up capsules left behind by certain enemies. You've played Gradius. You know how this works. At the bottom of the screen, a meter with 6 levels display which power can be accessed by pressing the secondary button during gameplay. We gain the power currently leveled up to that. The 6 power-ups are speed-ups, which speeds you up. We have missiles. When firing normally, the ship emits missiles from both above and below, which then continue towards the front of the screen. The ripple laser, which increases the area of the ship's laser, and the laser, the plutonic laser, which is the more powerful of the two. We have the option, good old option, and force field. These are your only power-ups in Life Force. Many of the power-ups can be combined. For example, an option fires a second or third salvo of missiles or lasers if these power-ups have been attained. The ripple and laser, however, are mutually exclusive. The only power-up that can survive the ship's destruction are the options. Upon the ship's destructions, the options float in space for a brief time before disappearing. The new ship can grab and retain them if they get to them fast enough. You can use the Konami code in this game to get 30 lives instead of 3, and the first 2 levels of Life Force were profiled in the first issue of Nintendo Power, issued in 1988. Several issues later, the entire game was reprofiled. And you know what? It's Gradius. It's good, it's fun, it's solid, it's hard, but it's not unbeatable.